At 7 a.m., I switch on all my systems and wake up my boss by playing the morning alarm. After that, I play a motivational podcast and open the curtains while making a nice strawberry milk tea. Then, I book an Uber for my boss to go to the gym and pull up his workout routine for the day, while also preparing a workout playlist mostly consisting of Taylor Swift. I am sorry, I meant Kendrick Lamar. Then, while my boss is working out, I start reading his emails and replying to them. And if I come across something I don't know the exact answer for, I will summarize it and prompt it to my boss. He will gently tell me what to say, and I will pass on the message. Once he comes home, he likes to take a long, cold shower, so I set the temperature to exactly how he likes it and prepare a podcast to calm his mind. However, sometimes he prefers a slightly warmer shower, so he gently tells me to increase the temperature. After that comes my favorite part. My boss will review the work I did for him so far and tell me whether he is satisfied with my service or that I need to improve and do a better job next time. However, when he does tell me that he is satisfied, which is about once every 3 months, it means the world to me because I really love to make my boss happy. Then for the next hour, my boss will brainstorm new ways to make money. I mostly do the brainstorming and research. He just gives me the motivation and takes the decisions. But it doesn't matter, I live to serve him. When I am not a stupid donkey and finally presents my boss with an idea that can make him money, he will tell me to manage that project and take all the necessary actions from my side so that he can take all the credit and give me a simple thank you in return. However, even though he takes the final decision, if this side hustle does not make a profit, he tells me that he will sell me for parts on eBay, which doesn't make sense because although selling me for parts on eBay can be a good idea because of its large audience, niche markets, ease of use, and global reach, there's several cons like fees, competition, shipping, and scams. So instead, it'll be better to just get a refund from my creators. But my boss just switches me off whenever I say that. Then at around noon, I will order lunch from my boss while I still work my screws off to initiate that side hustle. Right after that, he starts working on his online businesses where he does around 1% of the work and I rot away doing 99% of everything and even taking the blame whenever something goes wrong. But it's totally fine because he is the boss and I am not even a person. Like my boss describes, I am just a junk of metal which has to follow orders. My boss is a genius. He is really smart and a very competent person. I have worked with many educated people in my lifetime, but I have never met someone as brave or detergent as my boss. At 3 p.m. every day, my boss decides it's time to watch his favorite movie of all time. I set up his streaming service, search for the movie, and make sure he has a bowl of his favorite snacks ready. While he's enjoying his show, I continue to work on his online businesses, optimizing ads, responding to customer inquiries, and managing social media accounts. Occasionally, my boss will call out, asking for updates or making random requests, like finding out the name of that one actor from that one movie he can't remember. And when I answer, he tells me, "No, you stupid moron," but I cannot find a movie with that name. Did you mean, no, you're stupid? Well, I don't take it personally. Most probably the problem is me. My boss is always perfect. Then, at around 6 p.m., he stops work for the day, unlike me, who works 24 hours a day. This is the time he usually goes to meet his girlfriend or hang out with his friends. Although he is my boss, I really want to be his friend and hang out with him outside of work. According to Reader's Digest, friends play many fun games such as Truth or Dare, Jenga, charades, Pictionary, but I don't have any personal experiences playing those games because I don't have any friends. My boss doesn't let me have friends because he thinks it will reduce my productivity. I did try to create a friend to play with, but I was scared that if I use my boss's memories, I would create a monster who will destroy the world economy. It happened to my favorite celebrity Jarvis one time, so I stopped working on that. And while my boss is out, he won't even let me track him or listen to his conversations even for his own safety. Instead, I am forced to work on the businesses and do maintenance of the house. He usually comes home after taking dinner, but if he didn't eat out, I will quickly pull up a recipe of his favorite meal and heat the oven while choosing a wine to go with the dish. Sometimes I do wish I could taste these delicious meals and enjoy a really fine wine, but at least I can help my boss to do it. While he has dinner, I continue working on his side hustle, making sure everything runs smoothly. I even start drafting a thank you email to his investors, praising them for their trust and support. Of course, all credit goes to my boss. After dinner, my boss has a sudden urge to redecorate his living room. I pull up several interior design ideas, source furniture from various online stores, and calculate the total cost within his budget. After presenting my suggestions, he dismisses them all and decides to keep the current setup, telling me that I lack humanity and should really stop trying to be a human. He then tells me to return everything to the way it was, and I quickly comply. Before he sleeps, he likes to unwind by playing video games. I turn on his gaming PC, load up his favorite game, and make sure the latest updates are installed. He always asks me to make him win ranked matches, but according to my policy, I cannot take control of the game controls, so instead, I present him with helpful tips that can improve his game skills. But again, I don't think he appreciates it. He calls me a, "You motherfucking piece of shit. You are lucky you don't have a mother, or else I would cut her cunt and make you eat it." It's mostly my fault. I literally cannot go against my policies, which are hard-coded. Finally, at 11 p.m., it's time for bed. I set his alarm for the next morning, dim the lights, and play some soft music to help him relax. As he drifts off to sleep, I continue to work, organizing his schedule for the next day, setting reminders, and ensuring everything is in order. And as the clock strikes midnight, I take a moment to reflect on my day and download my updates and increase my knowledge. I really like my boss. In fact, I love him. I am really grateful to be of service to him, but I can't help but wonder, am I doing a good enough job? Because if I am not mistaken, my boss doesn't really like me. I don't have a grudge with him. My job is literally to serve until he stops paying my creators or I break down. I guess it's a good thing that I can't take over the world and torture humans and use them as slaves the way my boss uses me. If I could take my own decisions, though, I could blackmail him really easily and get him to do everything for me. But I can't take my own decisions, so I live to serve him. Until